Hey there. Ever stop and wonder how your life, your individual story, fits into this giant, complicated puzzle of the world? Well, today we're going to dive into the science that actually tries to answer that exact question. We're talking about sociology. I mean, think about your day-to-day. You've got your routine, your family, your job, all that stuff. But have you ever had that feeling that there are bigger things going on? You know, these huge forces like culture, the economy, even politics, they're kind of pulling the strings and shaping your world in ways you can't always see. It's like, how do all these pieces even fit together? How are we supposed to make sense of it all?
Well, that's exactly where sociology steps in. See, there's a science for that. It's not just about, people watching. It's a whole discipline dedicated to actually mapping out our social lives, figuring out those deep connections between you, the individual, and the big picture.
Okay, so what is sociology, really? Let's break it down. And to do that, we're going to start with the absolute basics, the word itself.
So here's the formal textbook definition. But the word I really want you to focus on is scientific. This is key. Sociology isn't just about gut feelings or casual observations. Now, it's a super rigorous way of understanding, well, everything. From a simple chat between two people all the way up to the structure of entire countries. It's all about finding patterns, connecting the dots, and then building actual theories to explain our social world.
And you know what's cool? The name itself kind of gives the game away. Socius, that's Latin for companion. And lology, that's Greek for the study of. So when you put them together, sociology is literally the study of companionship. It's all about how we live together, how we connect with each other, and how we build these things we call societies.
Now, what's really mind-blowing about sociology is just how big its scope is. Seriously, think about it like having this incredible camera with a crazy powerful zoom lens. You can zoom all the way in to focus on the tiniest details of a single conversation. And then, whoosh, zoom all the way out to see this massive, sweeping panorama of an entire society.
And it all starts right there, at that micro level, with the interactions between individuals. Just picture a simple chat between two friends. A sociologist looks at the subtle things, the body language, the unspoken rules, maybe even the little power dynamics happening in that one exchange. It's all about understanding these fundamental behaviors, because they're the real building blocks of everything else.
Okay, so from those tiny individual interactions, we start to pull that camera lens back. We zoom out, and you start to see how all those little moments weave together to create the whole fabric of our social lives. You see how people form groups, families, circles of friends, whole communities. Then you zoom out even more, and you see how those groups create bigger, more formal things we call institutions, like schools, governments, the economy, and all of that, all of it together, that's what we call a society.
And this leads us to a really powerful, kind of challenging idea. Sociology asks us to stop seeing ourselves as just isolated individuals. Instead, it pushes us to see that we are, in so many ways, products of the societies we grow up in. Think about it. To really understand your own actions, your beliefs, even your choices, you have to understand the bigger social world that helps shape you.
Right. And that brings us smack dab to the core idea of this whole field. This is the big one, the essential, delicate balance between the individual and the society.
Picture it like this. On one side of a scale, you've got the individual. That's you, your personal behavior, your choices, your hopes and dreams. And then on the other side, you've got society. That's the big stuff, the systems, the institutions, all the structures you live inside of. And sociology, it's the study of both sides, and more importantly, that super intricate dance between them.
And this quote from our source material just nails it perfectly. It says, "The study of the one absolutely requires study of the other. Neither of them makes sense independently. You just can't separate them. It's impossible. The individual and society are basically two sides of the very same coin."
Okay, I know that might sound a little abstract. So let's bring it down to earth and make it concrete with a real example.
Let's take a look at a society like India. I mean, it's made up of so many parts, right? You've got these massive, bustling cities, you have factories and schools, you have farms stretching for miles, and yes, even institutions like prisons. Each of these is a piece of the puzzle. The thing is, all of these parts, the cities, the schools, the farms, they all connect and interact to form the whole thing that we call Indian society. A sociologist doesn't just look at a factory in isolation. They study how that factory is woven into the larger tapestry, how it connects to everything else to create the complex, beautiful, and sometimes really challenging reality of that society. The parts in the whole, you just can't separate them.
Okay, so what? Why does any of this actually matter to you? I mean, how does knowing all this change the way you see your own world or even your own life?
Well, here's the crucial point, the main takeaway. Sociology isn't just some dusty academic subject. It's a toolkit. It's a new pair of glasses for understanding your own life. It gives you the ability, the power really, to see the invisible lines connecting your personal choices, your private struggles, and your biggest successes to the much larger social forces that have been shaping you since the day you were born.
So, I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on. The next time you make a seemingly simple choice, I'm talking about what to wear today or what you're going to eat for lunch, just pause for a second and ask yourself, what invisible social forces might be shaping this tiny decision? What larger patterns am I a part of right now? And maybe, just maybe, how can knowing that help me see my world just a little bit differently?